Hey guys, welcome to another day and another drawing prompt. And today's drawing prompt is the word fancy. So, I technically already drew something because I was nervous about drawing a fancy chick. I was like, I gotta do something fancy. And then I got a better idea because I didn't like it. It was just boring. It just wasn't happening. So let's just get fancy. So yeah, today was an exciting day for me. I ran my first whole mile I've ever ran in my whole life. It was amazing. I cannot believe it. It was actually even more than a mile. So, even better. I ran my first whole mile and then beat my record immediately. It was great. Yes. So, I was thinking, right? So, fancy is, I looked up the definitions, and one of the definitions is to imagine something, to draw something like from your head, like, I fancy me a millionaire, or I fancy me, balling, and yeah. So I was thinking, you know what I should do, like what I did with the other challenges, is I took those definitions and I made them work together. So like with wisp, I did a wisp. And then I did a wisp, a wisp, a wisp. A little wispy character with wispy hair with wispy smoke. A wisp, I wisped out. I was all wisped up, son. We were doing all the wisping. So I was like, what we'll do with this fancy is we'll combine the things. We'll do a fancy chick here. See, I'm trying to draw. She's all covered in lace, which means little squiggly see-through things. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna fancy this lady a monster because we're fancy. We're fancy, huh? I hope I don't get demonetized for that. It doesn't matter, I'm not monetized. It was a joke. I mean, I am monetized. If you go over to Patreon, you can support me making art of fancy monsters in ball gowns. Yes. Alright. I'm avoiding what kind of monster she is, but I know it's going to be something about the face because she has just this regular body. I got this regular nice little silhouette here with this skirt on. We're going to make it black because, black is awesome. It's just a good color to wear. It goes with everything. Oh no, don't die pen. Yeah, so we're going to make this black. And then I'm thinking, nothing says monster like tentacles. So maybe we'll just have no eyes, just a giant mouth face person with tentacles coming out. Oh, that other drawing I did. Oh my god, yes. With the tentacles coming out, with the hands reaching for the apple. Oh my god, this is going to be like some kind of twisted fancy Snow White. Fancy Snow White with her mouth tentacles for the poison apple. Yes. We fancy now. We're fancying us some fancy fanciness. Boom. Alright, so giant mouth lady. Oh yeah, just giant. Like, look at that thing. That thing is huge. She's just all mouth. All mouth, no bark, all bark. I don't know how that even works. Yeah, we're gonna have teeth here because you know you gotta have, all monsters have like extra rows of teeth. Yeah, let's do 2 rows of teeth here just because we feel like it. And now we're gonna have some tentacles coming out. Oh, oh yes, yes. Oh, 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 another one. Oh, oh. 3 tentacles. Yes. This is just amazing. 3 tentacles. Oh, I think that one went too far. Well, oh yes, this is great. This is so fancy. This is some of the fanciest thing I've ever done. I'm just, all right, this joke's lame, but I'm gonna go with it. I wish I could erase that little piece right there. Put an apple here. Oh, I can do it. I can erase it. Well, there's a little apple. And then the apple has magic energy powers. See, there you go. You don't even see that messed up line now. Go back to these tentacles. Yeah, because you know the tentacles are gonna be slimy and they got we'll do some drippy stuff. Drippiness. Oh yes. Drippy drip. I can't make a good sound effect for that. We're just gonna have to hire a guy to do the sound effects. Oh yes, this is drippy monster. She's got to have some kind of hair. She's a punk rock monster, so she gets a mohawk. We're just into these mohawks. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're fancy, huh? We fancy. We're dripping. We're getting slobber everywhere as we go for our apple. Alright, now she's got to be somewhere. Maybe she's in a hallway. Hallway in hell. Eating apples. Hallways have picture frames. Especially if you're fancy, you got big picture frames with these ornate frames with stuff on them. Just ornamenting. Yeah, this stuff is made by the wood being laid on top of another piece of wood and it mating with that other piece of wood, and the magic that happens from the mating process of the 2 pieces of wood being so masterfully mated together makes for beautiful framework. You just can't not appreciate how beautiful and fancy these frames can be. I'm getting bored with the detail here. Fancy. Why can't they just mate together this detail? Fancy. That's the problem with fancy. It's so ornate. It's ornate, sir. Sir, it's ornate. Alright, and we'll do a little tone. So there's a wall here. As this fancy monster goes down the hallway for its apple, and these are portraits, I guess, of people, old people. That are just watching. He should have some fancy tie on. He's fancy too. He's got ruffles. Ruffles have fancy. If you want to be fancy, that's a good way to start. Starting with ruffles. Or a fancy wig. Look, I'm going to give this guy a fancy wig. Look at his curls here. Curled up. Curly up. Alright, we'll do another one over here. This is from the monster side of the family though, so we'll just do some big gnarly teeth. Alright, some big frog bug eye. There we go, some drool. Some tone. Woo, yeah, and we are there. Sign it, circle it so you know I signed it. Alright, you guys stay fancy. See you tomorrow.